All right, guys, so I've got this old Harbor Freight manual tire changer. I've even got the long discontinued motorcycle tire attachment for it. In my old house, I had this mounted to the floor, but I didn't have it so that I could remove it and the anchors would stay in the floor and I could still park vehicles and whatnot. I want to do the same thing in this shop. While I don't actually park any vehicles in here, this is just for a workshop. I want to mount this where if I have a vehicle in here to pull a wheel off, that I can set this up somewhere and get it mounted to the floor, so I can do a tire change with a vehicle in this garage. So I think the place to do it is over here where my riding lawnmower is. Now obviously I need a place to park my mower, so I don't want a permanent attachment. So I'm going to use what's called a drop-in anchor. So this drop-in anchor, it is threaded. This particular one uses a 3/8 bolt, 3/8 16, and you can see the other end of this is split, and inside of there's a little red wedge that once you drill the hole in the concrete, you'll put this down in there, and then you'll use a punch, and they've actually got a special setting tool that you can buy. I'm just going to use a punch, but you drive that wedge down and it'll spread these bottom fingers out and kind of wedge itself in. Then you've got threads that will just stay in the concrete. And so you can just use a regular bolt and some washers, bolt this down when you need it. When you're finished, you can unbolt it. May not be a bad idea to install something in here just to keep dirt and stuff out of these threads, but it's removable, reusable, reconfigurable. So that's what I'm going to do today. I've got 3 of these anchors. Just the 2 side supports in the back have a hole, so just 3 anchor points. And now this particular anchor takes a 1/2 inch masonry bit and potentially a hammer drill too. So I've got both of those. You may be able to get by with a regular drill with a masonry bit. Just depends on how much aggregate you have in your concrete. So I'm going to get things moved around and we'll get started. Now I'm trying to orient this in a way that when I have the bar in here for breaking beads, that it's not going to hit the vehicle that I have in here. But I still want enough room to work around it in case I need to be on the back side of the wheel. So I think angling it like this will probably give me enough room. Okay, so I've just got my regular Craftsman drill, not a hammer, no hammer function on this drill. I've got my depth marked with just a piece of tape around my bit, and let's see how well this works. Got my hammer drill here if I need it. So I've got 3 marks, 1, 2, 3, and let's give it a go. So that might work, but it's going to be really slow. The hammering really helps, so let's switch over. All right, hammer drill, and let's give that a go. So the heat of the bit was making my tape come unstuck, so I'm going to use a zip tie. I have my zip tie pushed up, but get the vacuum and blow that out. So I made that a bit deeper than it needs to be, but I think it'll be all right. So this is just the bolt that I'm going to use to bolt it down. I may need to trim a little off of this. Okay, so let's get it down in there. All right, that's pretty flush. I'm going to back this out. And now I need to set it. So I've just got a punch. They make a special setting tool, but I've got this. It looks identical to this, except this nose is shorter. So this will just go in. It clears the threads, and it will just wedge this bottom apart. So I'm going to get it set. There you go. I'm gonna have to shorten my bolt a bit, but that's all right. So let's drill the other two. I'm gonna keep my same depth just so they're all even. All right, all three are in place. Let's see if they line up. All right, so I can get them all started. I definitely need to shorten my bolts a bit because I originally had these in an older style kind of sleeve anchor that required the hole to be much deeper. But I'm just gonna shorten these with just a hacksaw and just clean up the threads. All right, so mounted down, and it's pretty solid and easily removable, and I can put it off out of the way when not needed. So let's see if I can break down this big wide Corvette C5 wheel. So I've already got the valve core out. We will start, I guess, by breaking this back side. So I do have a little bit of high density plastic here over the little nub on the front. Just a little piece of rubber put down here, just to protect the edge of the rim. All right, so I had to adjust this to the highest setting. First time I've broken anything this wide. Okay, this tire changer normally has this little thing, slides over and will clamp to the wheel. Aluminum wheels, steel spacer, gonna cause some damage. So I'm gonna make a little spacer out of wood so I can sandwich in between the wheel and this. Okay, we've got a little spacer of wood here, just 2 half-inch plywood circles. Put that on there. The lips of these rims are beat up pretty bad, a lot of curb rash on them. I bought these used. I'm gonna get these tires off and see if I can clean them up. This tool that comes with the Harbor Freight changer is a rough tool. This, if you have aluminum rims, you probably don't want to use this on it. I bought a different tool, just something that someone was making. So I'm gonna grab that. So I've had this for years. I don't remember exactly where I got it. I found it through some motorcycle forum because it was a popular upgrade for changing motorcycle tires. But you can see on the dismount side, it's a Delrin piece that has a bolt that runs through it. It's like 3/4 inch square solids. This is tapered down here. On this end, there's a little mount duck head. It's got some soapy water. Up. Well, it wasn't pretty, but I got it off there, and I can clean up this bead surface, clean up the edge of the rim, and get a different tire mounted on it. Oh, that wore me out. Obviously, if you're going to be changing tires all the time, this is not the way to do it. But for the rare occasion that I change tires, this little Harbor Freight changer serves all my needs. It is a bit of work, but I got that this 275 series tire off without any additional damage to the wheel other than what was already there. And I wouldn't have been able to do it if the tire changer was not bolted down. So if you've got a tire changer that you need to bolt down, or any other shop equipment, whether it's a bench grinder or just a work table or anything, but you don't want a permanent stud sticking out of the floor, use drop-in anchors. I looked up, the shear strength on them is like something ridiculous, like 6,000 pounds or something. The pull-out strength is around 3,000 pounds. So most DIY home shop purposes, these will be perfectly fine. So I will leave some links down in the description to the drop-in anchors, the installation tool. Obviously, you can find all that stuff at your local big box store. But if you at least visit the links down below, it does help me out a little bit. So if you like what I do, give me a thumbs up, leave some comments down below. And until next time, we'll see you later.